warriors, welcome to yet another power packed session. In today's session, we are going to discuss 10 Sureshot integer type questions based on the new pattern. So you all must be aware that NTA has changed the pattern for JEE Main 2025 aspirants. What they have changed? So previously, because of pandemic times, since 2021 to 2024, they have introduced that pattern wherein you are given 10 numeric type questions in each subjects, and you have to do only 5, so you are given with option, right? So total 30 questions they were asking, 20 though they are giving MCQ that you have to do, but now out of these 10 you can only do 5. This was happening in 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, but now in 2025, back to basics, back to original, back in that era wherein you will be only asked 25 questions, 20 plus 5, 20 MCQ and 5 numeric type. So you are not given with any choice. Okay, all right, so based on that new pattern, I have 10 questions for you, and you know what, these 10 questions are very special questions. So basically I have been observing that these 10 formula based questions, NTA has been asking. NTA is showing major interest in these 10 formula over the past few years. Okay, all right, so each and every question is of utmost importance because they will fetch you maximum marks. There is highest probability that you will see all of these 10 questions or 10 formula based problems, 10 these pattern based problems in your JEE Main 2025. So do watch each and every question. All 10 questions must watch for all JEE aspirant. This session is going to be on this note. I'm going to quickly start the very first question, but before starting, for all of those who are coming for the very first time on my channel, on our Vedantu JEE English channel, or attending my session for the very first time, this is my brief introduction. My name is Namrata, and I'm mentoring students since last 10 years, both in offline and offline. These are my credentials, and without wasting any further time, let us quickly talk about the type number 1. Type number 1 is from the chapter quadratic equation based on Newton's formula. Okay, so let us understand that what is the Newton's formula. So Newton's formula for quadratic equation says, suppose you are having a quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c, right? This is your quadratic equation, and there is some expression Sn which is alpha raised to power n plus minus beta raised to power n. Now, if you are having this expression in your question, then you can clearly solve that question within less than 5 seconds with the help of Newton's formula, which says in this quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c, what you have to equals to 0. What you have to do is you have to replace this x square by Sn. X you have to replace by Sn minus 1, and this invisible 1 is there with c, you have to replace by Sn minus 2. 3 consecutive S, n, n minus 1, n minus 2. Coefficients will be same, sign will be same, everything will be same. So this is the direct result based on Newton's formula, no proof required. Okay, so now let us quickly move on to the question part, that ma'am, how to apply this. Okay, so alpha and beta be the roots of this quadratic. Okay, and can you see in place of Sn now they have given un, alpha raised to power n plus beta raised to power n. Okay, and then they are talking about this thing. Okay, so 10, 9 and 8, you can clearly see u10, u9, u8. So what I'll be doing is I'll be just not focusing on this, focus on this, and remember n is 10, 10, 9, 8. So S10, S9, S8. In this case, U10, U9, U8. Remember? Okay. So x square, 1x square plus root 2x minus 8. Okay. So you all know that you have to replace. X square will be replaced by Sn. In this case, Un. So 1 time Un. Plus root 2, x will be replaced by Un minus 1. Minus 8 into 1. Un minus 2 is equals to 0. Now you put n based on this question. I already told you 10, 9, 8. Put n is equals to 10. right? So u10 plus root 2 u9 minus 8 u8 equals to 0. u10 plus root 2 u9 is equals to 8 u8. 8 u8. So can you see the numerator part you are getting in this question? u10 plus root 2 u9 can be replaced by what? 8 u8 upon 2 u8 is already written over here. So this is u8 cancel, 2 4s are 8. 4 will be your answer. So within a few seconds you can solve this problem. Newton's formula every year since past few years they are giving this question. Okay, so first done and dusted. Shall I move on to the next problem quickly? Okay, and the next type is from differential equation, where I guess everybody should know that linear differential equation is of utmost priority. Even if you're skipping that chapter, you cannot skip this type at least. Okay, so linear differential equation. So first of all, the differential equation of the type dy by dx plus py is equals to q, if at all it is visible to you, where p and q both are function of x. Then you don't have to solve it. You just have to think about the direct solution, which is y multiplying integrating factor. So this you are seeing y multiplying integrating factor equals to integral of q multiplying integrating factor dx plus constant of integration. Okay, direct formula based. Now. But ma'am, one more thing. Linear differential equation in y. So if NTA wants to give a little bit twist in this linear differential equation, then what will NTA do? LDE in x it will give, right? So LD in x is just that whole scenario will be same, just that they will change in, we have to just interchange x and y, right? So the type will be dx by dy plus px equals to q. Here p and q will be function of y. Okay, and the solution will be what? X into integrating factor equals to q integrating factor dx plus dy plus c, and integrating factor here it was e raised to power integral of p dx. Here it will be e raised to power integral of p dy. Okay, all right. So either they can give you linear differential equation in y, but sometimes if they want to mess with your brain, mess with your head, they will give you linear differential equation in x. So you'll be like gone if you just forcefully try to create LDE in y. This is not LDE in y. You won't be able to create it. So try doing LDE in x. Dx by dy plus px equals to q. P and q both are function of y this time. Okay, so dx by dy. Okay ma'am, 1 by y plus x by y minus y. Okay, so ma'am, you are saying that there will be px, that means function of y into x. That is what we need to figure out. Yes, so here this x by y, so dx by dy minus 1 by y x. Okay, so dx by dy minus 1 by y x, and on the right hand side 1 by y minus y. This is your q and this is your p. Okay, so now that you have like arranged in terms of a standard linear differential in x. Okay, now what is the solution? So x into integrating factor is equals to integral of q integrating factor dy plus c. Correct, this is the solution. But ma'am, we need to know the integrating factor, right? Integrating factor is equals to e raised to power integral of q dy this time. Where is q? This is q, right? The right hand side thing. 1 by y minus, this is e raised to power p dy, correct? This is the integrating factor. This is what I wrote, no? Yes, p dy. What is p? P is something which is written with x. P is something which is written with x. So minus 1 by y is your p. If will be equals to e raised to power minus 1 by y dy integral. So this is e raised to power minus log y That's it. Now it will become what? Integrating factor will become e raised to power basically log y raised to power minus 1. So there is basically y raised to power. Integrating factor will be y raised to power minus 1. 1 by y is your integrating factor. So x by y, integral of q. This is your q. 1 by y minus y. And 1 by y is your q, dy plus c. Correct? X by y. This is 1 by y square integral minus 1 dy integral plus c. X by y will be equals to this. 1 by y square integral is what? Minus 1 by y minus y plus c. This is your thing. Okay. Now, what they are saying is that, okay, x of 1 is equals to 1. What do they mean? That 1 comma 1 will satisfy this. 1 comma 1. So 1 comma 1, if I satisfy this, I will get 1 by 1, 1. Okay. Equals to minus 1 plus c. So clearly from here c is coming out as 3. So this is your 3. Correct? So now you are having what? X upon y. Okay. X upon y plus 1 by y plus y equals to 3. This is your final thing. And what you're looking for? 5x2. What does that mean? They are looking for what will get at the value of x, at the place of x, the moment you get y. Basically, you have to put y is equals to 2 and get the value of x. Okay. Y is equals to 2. So this is x by 2 is equals to, now shift everything on the right only. It will make more sense. 3 minus 1 by 2 minus 2. Correct. So this is basically x by 2 is equals to 1 by 2. X is coming out as 1. Okay. So x is coming out as 1. The moment you put y is equals to 2, x is getting 1. 5 is absolutely right. Okay. All right. Clear. Perfect. So this is how your linear differential equation in either x or in y can be tackled. So yes. And now it's time for matrices and determinants, right? So in matrices, there is one very important property of adjoint. Okay. Property of adjoint, which says adjoint of A is equals to determinant A raised to power n minus 1. First property. Second property says whenever you get two adjoints, adjoint of A, you will get determinant A raised to power n minus 1 square. Okay. Whenever you have, well, what is n, by the way? N is nothing but the order of the matrix A. Okay. Whenever you have multiple adjoints, basically 3 adjoints, adjoint of A, suppose you will get determinant A raised to power n minus 1 cube. Right? Okay, this is what you're going to get. I hope that this is clear. Okay, perfect. Yes. Now, so if NTA is going to give you easy question from matrices, they will hardly ask that adjoint of A, determinant of adjoint of A or determinant of double adjoint. But if they really want to check whether you have done a step ahead, you can go a step ahead. So basically they will give you adjoint of I don't know how many times they are going to give, right? 2024 times they have given this question in their 2024 examination. Okay, so be prepared. Now what they are saying is it is a 3 cross 3 matrix. You know that, so they are saying n is what? Adjoint of A. How many times? 2024 times. So you will see that n will be equals to determinant A raised to power n minus 1 power. Power you are going to get what? 2024 only. This is your 2024 times. And n in case is 3. So n will be, and determinant A they have given 2. So 2 power 3 minus 1, 2 power 2024 will be your answer, right? And it is a half question basically. After that they were using this n in some other thing, but that is again different chapter question. But this property will be useful to you. So I have only taken the half of it. Okay. All right. So this is it. Direct formula based question. I hope that you are having fun. And now King's property. King's property. So definite integration, right? In definite integration, there is a very famous King's property which says that if you are actually having integral of f of x dx from a to b, you can actually write integral of f of upper limit plus lower limit minus x, same limits are applicable. This is what we call King's property. Why do we call it as a King's property? Because this property is applicable in majority of definite integration questions. It's king of all, applicable everywhere. Okay, all right. So frequently asked, frequently used property. And you know what? There is one very important shortcut as well, wherein what you get is, so suppose you're getting any question wherein the denominator becomes exactly same even if you apply this property. So that shortcut I have already taught you, which says that pattern based question, that upper limit minus lower limit, upper limit minus lower limit LL by 2 will be your final answer. This is the ninja technique, right? So frequently they ask in JEE main question, upper limit minus lower limit by 2 you will get after applying King's property. So this is one such problem which I have done tons of time, right? So 8 by pi, and now this is your integral I, which will be upper limit, direct shortcut, minus lower limit by 2. So this is 8 upon pi, pi by 4. Okay. And this is 2. So your answer will be 2. Now you must be wondering, ma'am, but where to apply this shortcut? Let us know. Huh? So suppose this is your integration, right? I is equals to 0 to pi by 2 cos x raised to power 2023 upon sin x raised to power 2023 plus cos x raised to power 2023 dx. Now apply the property, King's property directly. Okay. How to apply King's property? So I will just go back and let you know. X will be replaced by a plus b minus x, right? So here also we are going to apply. Here x will be replaced by pi by 2 plus 0 minus x. So x will be replaced by pi by 2 minus x. X will be replaced by 90 minus x. So now x will be replaced by 90 minus x. So cos 90 minus x will be sine. Okay, ma'am. Sine x will be replaced by what? 90 minus x. So sin 90 minus x is cos. This will be replaced by 90 minus x, sin 2023 dx integral. Now if you add 2i is equals to, now can you see the denominator part is exactly same. So it is very easier for us to add because denominator is same, LCM is same. Now the moment you add the numerator, can you see that this is C2023 plus S2023. Now numerator part can be directly added. C2023, S2023. So that means numerator and denominators become same. So this is the problem. Basically no need of doing trigonometry and all. So 0 to pi by 2. So we are actually getting what? 2i is equals to 0 to pi by 2, 1 dx. And you know that the integration will be what? Just pi by 2. This 2 will go over here. So pi by 4. So that's why we are doing upper limit minus lower limit by this 2. Pi by 2 minus 0 by 2 directly we have written. This is the shortcut. This is the explanation for the shortcut. Although I was not in a mood of giving the explanation, but in case somebody wants the explanation, this is the explanation. If you want to skip that explanation, if you know the explanation, just skip to the next thing, which is shortest distance between two skew lines. Now shortest distance between two skew lines, I have been telling this. I told that to 2024 batch as well, and then I put a short on this channel as well, that January 2024 shortest distance between two skew lines will be there. Okay, and it was there because the trend says this is it all. Okay, it's not something Ninja Ma'am's prediction, and even if it is, but the prediction is based on something, na? I'm not Ramanujan who is just sleeping and getting NTA paper in her brain and then telling you that go and study. Okay, so there are two lines, 3D geometry, line 1 and line 2. X minus x1 by a1, y minus y1 by b1, z minus z1 by c1. x1, y1, z1 is the point 1 lying on line 1. x2, y2, z2, point number 2 lying on line 2. So now the shortest distance formula is we have to make a determinant. So in the numerator there is a determinant. First row is x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1. Can you see? Second row will be a1, b1, c1. That means second row will be direction ratios of line number 1. Third row will be direction ratios of line number 2. And on the denominator, you have to take magnitude of cross product of vector formed by a1, b1, c1 and a2, b2, c2. Now you must be wondering, ma'am, hold on. Numerator, we got it. But what about the denominator? We are not getting it. I will show you when I will do the problem. Shortest distance between two lines, how to tackle this. So can you just tell me, first of all, just convert this in standard form. X minus 2 upon 3, this is fine. Y minus 1 upon 2. Z minus 6 upon 2. So x1, y1, z1 will be 2, minus 1 and 6, correct? Similarly, this is fine. X minus 6 by 3. This is not fine. Y minus 1 upon minus 2. Be careful in the very first step, because if first step is not good, if first step you are doing it bad, if you are making mistake in just calculating the x1, y1, z1, x2, y2, z2, a1, b1, c1, a2, b2, c2, then you are gone. Then you are gone. Your time will also be wasted and you won't, how can you get correct answer, right? So minus 2. Z minus 8 upon 0. So clearly x2, y2, z2 is what? Tell me. 6 plus 1 and minus 8. Now a1, b1, c1 is 3, 2, 2. a2, b2, c2 is 3 minus 2, 0. Okay. So this is what your data is. I have pre-written it. Okay. All right. Now the formula, the numerator part, you know. x2 minus x1, 6 minus 2, 4. 1 minus 1, 2. Minus 8 minus 6 minus 14. Perfect, ma'am. Now a1, b1, c1. So you just have to write this 3, 2, 2 and 3 minus 2, 0. 3, 2, 2, 3 minus 2, 0. Okay. And over here, you have to make, calculate the magnitude of, cross product of this cross this. 3i, 2j, 2k, vector 1. 3i minus 2j, 0k, vector 2, cross product, then magnitude. Hold on, I will tell you, it is not that difficult. In fact, it is very easy. Okay, the new denominator part, let's leave. Let's tackle the numerator part. Okay, so ma'am, 4, right? 0 plus 4. Okay. Minus 2. Ma'am, 0 minus 6. Okay. And minus 14. Minus 14. So you will be getting minus 6 minus 6 minus 12. Now understand, okay, that always do it this way only, like 4, minus 2 and minus 14 should be visible to you. Okay. The next numbers will be actually the cross product only. 4 minus 6 and minus 12 is nothing but the cross product of this and this. So cross product is 4 minus 6 and minus 12. Now you have to take the magnitude. So 4 ka square 16, 6 ka square 36, 144. Correct? Okay. So if you solve it, you will get 16 plus 12 plus 4 2s are 8, 168 upon. This is going to give you what? 144 plus 6, 150. 150 plus 10, 160, 160 plus 36, 196. Okay, 196. So 196 is 14. And what about this? 168 plus 12. So it is going to be 170 plus 10, 180, 196. Okay, 196. Oops. 14, 14s are 196. So easily you are getting 14 as the shortest distance between two lines. So the calculation part is something you have to handle very maturely, just like your own ninja mama. Not always, not always. Today I just excelled the calculation. Can you see? I did it very good, neat and clean. So this is how your clarity should work. Okay. All right, now we are having another thing. Okay. So this is your Newton's Leibniz formula. Just give me a moment. I'll drink some water. Yes, Newton-Leibniz formula. Let me explain you where to apply this formula. And this is again something every year they are giving. Every year you open limits chapter wise PYQs, you will see minimum one question, minimum I'm saying. Okay, all right. Whenever you have a function, suppose f of t dt, correct, and you have to, and basically a function is integration of f of t dt. You are having phi x. Let us not take phi. Okay, let us take another function. Let us just not focus on this, because phi and psi, I know that the moment you see phi and psi, you'll be like, no, I'm not doing it. G and H will be much familiar to you. Okay. So this is Gx, Hx. Okay. Now there is a function f of t dt, correct? Integral of that with upper and lower limit having some variable. Okay. This is the identification. The moment you see such functions where the upper and lower limit are variable, think about Leibniz theorem. Leibniz theorem is actually helping us to differentiate such functions. Okay. Now you must be wondering, ma'am, hold on. Function is there, integral is there, and now you're differentiating. So, but differentiation and integration are opposite to each other. They should cancel each other, definitely. But we have to follow some rules. How? I'll tell you. So first of all, you don't have to integrate f. You don't have to differentiate f. You just have to keep f as it is. So f will be as it is. T will be replaced by upper limit, and upper limit will be differentiated. Minus. Now T will be replaced by lower limit, and the lower limit will be differentiated, and you're done. Boom. Gone. So suppose if this is for you 0 to x, f of t dt. Just tell me, if at all you have to differentiate this derivative of this, then d by dx of this. Okay. Then what will you do? F you will keep as it is. T will be replaced by upper limit. Derivative of x is 1 minus. Now you have to put f of 0 as a lower limit. Derivative of 0 is 0. So that's why I'm not doing anything. I'm stopping it right here. So basically this is giving me fx vibes. Fx vibes. Okay. Now you must be wondering, ma'am, we'll do a question, then only we'll understand. Now, so that's why we are doing this pattern. Formula, question, formula, question, formula, question. Okay. Yes. So now f is this differentiable function. Question is giving f of 0 is half, and this is the limit. You are looking for value of this limit only. Okay. First of all, understand that limit. The moment you put 0, so x tend to 0. 0 multiply anything 0. So numerator is 0. And denominator is also 0. 0 by 0 form can be tackled by L'Hopital. Also, L'Hopital is also one more thing which is quite popular, right? For NT also. So limit. Now we have to apply L'Hopital, but before applying L'Hopital, let us apply L'Hopital smartly. Because if x is written over here and then you try to apply L'Hopital, then you have to apply product rule, then you are gone, then you are stuck. How can I remove this x from the numerator? Can I do that? This is going to be, so it will become 0 to x f of t dt upon e raised to power x square minus 1 upon x. Now, one second. You know that e raised to power x square minus 1 upon x square will be 1 when limit x tend to 0, yes? So what you can do is, what you can do is this x, one more x you introduces here, one more x here, so that this you can separate it out. And this you can separate it out. So limit x tend to 0, 0 to x, f of t dt upon x is with you, upon limit of this thing which is e raised to power x square minus 1 upon x square. Okay, this is going to be 1. And this, the numerator part, can be tackled by L'Hopital. Now L'Hopital. And L'Hopital may you have to differentiate numerator, differentiate denominator, right? So this is 1, and here we are applying the L'Hopital. So derivative of x is simple 1, but derivative of this can be done by Leibniz, Newton-Leibniz theorem, which is, by the way, f of x, and limit x tend to 0. So this is going to become f of 0 directly. F of 0 is half. So this limit value is coming out as half, alpha is coming out as half. 8 alpha square is something they are asking. Now you must be wondering, ma'am, but options are given. You said numeric type. Array, you don't know, right? Let me convert it into numerical type. 16214, gone. So what is the answer? Just tell me. Array. What is the answer? Tell me. This is going to be 8, 1 by 2 square. 2. So is equal to numeric type 2. Yes, you can create numeric type from your ABCD like MCQs also. Okay. All right. Now let us talk about such questions which are quite popular since past few years, more than 6-7 years, which is system of equations, basically. System of equations. In 2024, the NTA announced no, system of equations is not in your syllabus, but NTA is NTA. He will say no, it's not in syllabus, but he'll come, but I'll ask. Okay. So system of equation having infinitely many solutions is what they are giving. This is the condition. And now we know that first of all, their first thing is delta. What is delta? Delta is a determinant which is formed by the coefficients of x, y, and z. So in that case, in our case, what will be the delta? 2, 3, minus 1. 1 alpha 3, 3 minus 1 beta, this is your delta. Okay. So if delta is 0, then there are two options. For infinite solution, rest all the deltas should be 0. If delta is 0, then rest all the deltas should be 0 for infinite solution. And if it is no solution, then at least one of the remaining 3 deltas should be non-zero. But in our case, majority, NTA asked a lot of questions from this, but majority they will give infinite number of solutions, right? So basically for a system of equations having infinite number of solution, you should have all the deltas 0. Okay, all the deltas 0. So just tell me, what is delta? Ma'am, 2, 3, minus 1. Okay, 1 alpha 3 and 3 minus 1 beta, this should be 0. Now tell me one thing, that if I make it 0 and del x, del y, del z, all delta should be 0 because of infinite. So all del is equals to del x, right? All should be 0. Correct? I hope you are getting this. Okay, ma'am, delta 0, if you solve it, then what will happen? What will happen? You will get a relation between alpha and beta. So it's not a good way. It's not a smarter way. You can't pick any determinant which is having 2 unknowns, right? One equation you will get from here. So why not do one thing? Why not we do one thing? Because see, 5 minus 4, 7, the constants are known to us. Why don't we pick del z and make it 0? Because to make del z will be what? 2, 1, 3 will be same, 3 alpha minus 1 will be same. This last, the third column will be replaced by 5, minus 4 and 7. And once we get the value of alpha, we'll put the value of alpha over here and then get the value of beta, right? Okay, so this is your del z. Let us open it. 2, 7 alpha minus 4. Minus 3, 7 plus 12 plus 5 7, okay, minus 1 minus 3 alpha equals to 0. Okay, now solve for alpha. Okay, 14 alpha minus 15 alpha will give you minus alpha. Okay, minus 8 minus 20. Okay, so on the right hand side you will get 8, then 19 into 3. Sorry, is it like that only? Yes. So this is 19 into 3, so 57, and this is plus 5. Correct? 13. So alpha from here is directly coming out as minus 70. Now what you have to do is you have to plug in the value of alpha over here. This will be removed and you have to put the value of alpha from the previous thing, which is, by the way, minus 70. And then you have to expand it. Get the value of beta, which will be minus 16 by 13, by the way. Okay, so now that you have 13 alpha beta is what they are asking. So 13 into alpha into beta, minus 16 by 13. So clearly minus minus plus 0, 6 sevens are 42, and 7 ones are 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 100 and 1120. That means option B is absolutely right. Again, you can make this as integer type also, right? Okay, so if you remove the options, they can ask alpha plus beta as well. They can ask whatever they want to. Okay, so yeah, the point is, for this session, 10 short questions basically I'm giving you, formula based question. Okay, all right. Now from the binomial, you know that every year they gave question from general term. You have to write general term, then solve. So suppose this is your binomial theorem, binomial expansion, x plus y raised to power n. So it is going to be nc0, nc1, nc2 and all the way up to ncn. First term will have x raised to power maximum power, then gradually you will decrease powers of x, you will increase powers of y, but the general term will be tk plus 1, or you can ask tr plus 1. That is going to give you nck x raised to power n minus k, y raised to power k. Remember, the index of this coefficient, binomial coefficient k, will match with power of y. Okay, all right, clear? So we will apply and we will understand number of integral terms. This is the question which was asked in previous. This is a PYQ. Number of integral terms in the expansion of this is equal to what? Okay, so yes, cool. Now what we will do is we will write the general term tk plus 1 first of all. 824 ck, 7 raised to power half raised to power 824 minus k, and 11 raised to power 1 by 6 raised to power k. So basically this k and this k will match. Okay, now what are you looking for? Integral terms. For integral terms, what happens? See, 824 ck, NCR is always an integer. It is not having any problem. What about this? 7 raised to power 824 minus k by 2 and 11 raised to power k by 6. So basically this k by 6, k should be multiple of 6. So k can be 0, k can be 6, k can be 12, k can be 18, and last k can go maximum up to 824. But 824, is it even multiple of 6? Let us check. Ma'am, 3 and this is 412. Now 3 ones are 3, 1 carry, 3 nines are 3 threes are 9, 2 carry, 3 sevens are 137. So basically 137 and 1 will you will see 1 basically. So what I'm saying is 137, 6 into 137 is 822, right? 7 6 are 42, 822, correct or not? So the last term will be 822 only, and this will be 6 into 137. Okay, so this is how many k's are there? Just let me know how many options of k you have. Ma'am, 0 into 6 first, 6 into 1, 6 into 2, 6 into 3, and all the way up to 6 into 137. So From here to here 137 plus 1. So total 138 values of k will be available. Okay. And for these 138 values, that means k0, k6, k12, your this part will not be a irrational quantity, right? Because suppose if your k is 5, 11 raised to power 5 by 6, nobody will say, okay, how can this become an integer? But ma'am, what about this term? This term is also having some issues because, see, this term is only asking about k should be even number. See, 824 is already even. If k is also even, suppose k is 0. So k is 0, so 824 by 2, ma'am, fine. K is 6, so it is also fine. K is 5, not fine. And in fact, out of these values, can you see these 138 values? Every k will satisfy this basically. I just want even numbers, and whatever we have selected, all are even only. So how many integral terms? So the moment you put 138 values of k, 138, only 138 will be even number of, integral number of terms. By the way, how many terms will there be? Just in case I am asking, because they can ask you non-integral term, then what will you do? So in that case, non-integral term, if they ask non-integral term, what will you do? 825 minus 138. Please understand. In binomial expansion, how many terms are involved? Total number of terms are not 824. It is 1 more than n, 1 more than 824. So total minus 138 will be your non-integral terms. I hope that you're getting both ways. Okay. All right. Now we are having how many questions left? I guess, oops, no. Two more questions left. Two more questions left. So one is straightforward domain-based questions they usually ask. That domain of log, domain of cos inverse. So very basic question, right? So this domain of this function, let us assume d1. Domain of this function d2, we will calculate d1 and d2. Final domain will be intersection of these two, okay? So this is going to be 2 minus mod x by 4, okay, d1. Lying between 1 and minus 1, that's how it is. The domain of cos inverse is sine inverse is between minus 1 to 1, close. Now multiply 4 on the every side. Now what will you do? You will subtract 2 from each side of inequality. Minus 4, minus 2. 2 minus mod x, minus 2. 4 minus 2. Okay. 2 cancel. Minus 6, minus mod x, 2. Correct? Multiply it with negative sign. 6 greater than or equals to mod x greater than or equals to minus 2. So your mod x lies between minus 2 to 6, but mod x cannot be negative. So basically your mod x belongs to 0 to 6 only. Only positive will be taken. So your x will belong to minus 6 to 6. This is your domain number 1. Now domain number 2. Domain number 2. Okay, domain number 2 says that this is actually 1 upon log of 3 minus x. So there is one very important trick. I know that you guys know that, okay ma'am, log is there. So whatever is there inside the log, 3 minus x should be positive. But I don't know how many of you have observed that this denominator cannot be 0. Log 3 minus x cannot be 0. And you know what? Log, when exactly is your logarithm function becomes 0? When the inside thing is 1. 3 minus x cannot be equals to 1. That means x cannot be equal to 2. And from here, obviously, x should be less than 3. X should be less than 3 and cannot be equal to 2. So clearly, this is d1, this is your d2. If you take intersection, this is saying minus 6 to 6. This is saying less than 3. So basically, d1 intersection d2, you will get final domain. X belongs to minus 6 to 3. But you can't have 2 in your solution, right? Except 2. So you can clearly see that alpha is 6, okay? Beta is 3 and gamma is 2. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So again, numerical type, obviously, right? So you will get 11 as the answer. Okay, perfect. And last but not the least, okay, so property of matrices, very important property of matrices. Property of matrices, determinant of Ka, right? Whenever there is some constant which is stuck inside your determinant, you have to take it out, but you can't just randomly take out like this, K determinant A. No, it is not gonna happen then. But then, ma'am, how will you do that? So there will be a cost involved. You are taking out of this K. So this K will have power which is equals to order of the determinant or matrix. K raised to power n. So K will come out, but the power will be there. Okay, so K raised to power n, n is the order. Let me show you. This is the last question. They have given a matrix A which is a 3 cross 3, right? Okay. And what they are saying is this equation. So can you see 2A? So first of all, 2A. They are talking about this. Let us pick this. Cube let us tackle later on, because this cube can make you this cube will make you do a mistake. I will tell you why. Yes. So 2. Now this 2 will come out, and because it is a 3 cross 3, order is 3. So 2 cube determinant A. Now you want overall cube. So overall cube is what they are talking about, 2 raised to power 21. So overall cube is 2 raised to power 21. 3 3s are 9. So 2 raised to power 9. Determinant A cube is 2 raised to power 21. Determinant A cube is what they are saying is 2 raised to power 21 minus 9 is 12. Now determinant A whole cube is 2 raised to power 4 ka cube cancel. Determinant A is your 16. Okay. All right, determinant A is 16. So determinant A will be from here. Directly you can open it. Alpha square minus beta square. Alpha square minus beta square. So alpha plus beta, this is 16, right? Alpha minus beta is 16. Now they are talking about alpha. By the way, they are saying alpha and beta both are integers. Okay, both are integers. Hold on. So, ma'am, but one equation, two unknowns. Yes. Now, here you have to apply your brains. Alpha plus beta, product of two quantities. So it could be 1 into 16, 16 into 1. Could be 2 into 8, 8 into 2. It could be 4 into 4. Okay, try like that. Multiple options. Now check for each and everything. Alpha plus beta is 1, alpha minus beta is 16. I don't think so it will work, right? See, alpha plus beta is 16. Let us think about second option. It makes more sense. So 2 alpha is 17. Can you see? No. So basically, if one is even, another is odd, it will not work. Because then what will happen? Even plus odd will become odd and alpha will be odd by 2. Alpha has to be an integer. So this is not possible. This is also not possible. Only these three cases can be possible, right? Wherein alpha plus, so this is not possible. Alpha plus beta is 8. Alpha minus beta is 2. Let us see. 2 alpha is 10. From here, alpha will be 5. And if alpha is 5, beta is 3. 5 comma 3. Actually, 5 comma 3. 5 plus 3, 8. 5 minus 3 is actually satisfying. This is coming out at 16. And they are giving also alpha is 2. So yes, again, you can make it as the integer type also. So the value of alpha is 5. Okay. So this session was all about Sureshot formula, Sureshot concepts that can fetch you maximum number of marks in your upcoming JEE main examination. Make note of it, make these formulas, and if you want me to do more Sureshot session like this, just mention Sureshot in the comment section And if you are guys having any doubts, you can just join my Telegram channel, Namrata Jaisinghani, t.me/Namrata Jaisinghani. You can join my Telegram channel. Here you are having that access of chatting also, like not chatting, but you can comment, you can interact with me, you can ask academic and non-academic doubts as well. You can just be the part of this Telegram in case you are having any doubts. And the PDF will also be sent on this Telegram and your Vedantu JEE English Telegram as well. But if you're looking for more short session, just write short in the comment section. This is me, Namrata, signing off, and I'm gonna see you in next video.